Hi everyone, welcome back to Gracie's Garden. So I am in Florida Zone 9B, and today we are just going to do some garden chores, cut back a cactus, and just give a quick little garden tour of everything in bloom, and then cut out some trees that have popped up in the yard, and just kind of wander around the garden. So let me show you a caterpillar on my Mexican sunflower. Well, before we go look at the caterpillars, look at the butterflies. They have been going crazy today. There are so many varieties. I think this is a Gulf Fiddlera or something along that line. So the caterpillar moved on. I don't know what happened to him, but he was right here in this area. He was right on top of the leaves. And this is all Dutchman's pike right behind him, and that's their um, what they feed off of. So he might have moved back into the shrub or into the vines. It's quite tall and massive, but there have been a lot of caterpillars, like a lot, and I can't find any of them now, but you can tell they're around. All these little bites off the leaves are from the caterpillars, and then any of these little vines that just kind of come to an end, that's where the caterpillars have eaten. So they are in here. The Dutchman's pike is going crazy. We have one getting ready to bloom there, a bigger one there, hasn't quite opened up yet. So, and this is just a feeding ground for the swallowtails. And there's a swallowtail there. This one's quite large. I've been spending a lot of time in the garden just watching the butterflies. Okay, and just show you the Buddha belly. This year the leaves are just huge. It's blooming already. This one's already spent. New leaf there. So it is doing quite well this year. And I thought I'd show you this, Alocasia Jacqueline. This is the leaf. I think I got this at Home Depot or Lowe's, and it is already flowering. It's got the little flower stem in there. So I've only had this a few months, and I guess it's happy where it's at. It's got a tiny little leaf there, but yeah, it's gone to flower already. I only have one of these, so it was kind of spent already, but we've had a lot of rain lately. But it seems very happy where it's at. Alright, let's go do a little quick garden tour. And this is my favorite spot in the yard right now. We have the firecracker plant, which is about as tall as the roof line in certain areas. So it's probably, I don't know, 10, 12 foot tall. And then we have the crepe myrtle in bloom. And then the elephant ear is probably about 5 foot tall. It's taller than I am. I'm 5'4", so it is doing quite well. There's a firecracker plant up close, and it's just all so in bloom. And then we have some kind of I can't think of the name of this, But these get pretty white flowers, and these are about probably 3 foot tall. There's quite a few of them. And just a pretty lavender crepe myrtle. And then here's a little update on the ponytail plant. This is the one I garbage picked probably 2 years ago, and it is about 7 foot tall now. And it just keeps going and going and going. So garbage pick plants work well. And then here's the Nun's orchid. It's done blooming, but it's put on the seed pods. So I've been waiting for like a month for these to finally dry up and go to seed. And then my air fern is finally blooming. This air fern is probably 10 years old. I stuck it in a pot of dirt. I was going to find something to put it on, and I put it on a planter that had some dirt in it, and it rooted out and yeah, planted itself, and it's been doing well ever since. This is just a spent bloom down here. And this is the paper, paper firecracker plant. So it's just the white flowers instead of the red. And then this plant here, I don't know the name of it, but it has bloomed, and the blooms are just these simple little white tufts. I don't know if you can see those too well. It's just like a furry little white fluff. And some of the stems have started to do this twisty thing you can see here. This one is twisting really well. And this is the snowball bush, which is kind of like a tree. I don't keep it very bush-like, which you can trim it and it will just keep going. But I just kind of let it do its thing. Just pretty leaves. And as they get older, they just kind of fade to this. But they still have pretty red leaves when there's new growth. And the plumbago here, it's all in bloom. And there's one of those lumber grasshoppers again. I see you. And then being hidden here is a euphorbia. This is a branch that broke off of a bigger one. So it's happy, so I'm just going to leave it. But in here is also other plants that are getting buried up. So I'm probably going to dig them out over time and move them to other parts of the yard. And there's another elephant ear. And this is the lily. It's getting eaten really bad by those lumber grasshoppers. I've been picking them out off and putting them in the trash can. That's about all I can do. I can't kill anything, but I've just been putting them in the trash can on trash day. Let the garbage men take care of them. But it's tearing up the plants bad this year. And these are hydrangeas, which are supposed to be native to Florida. They've never bloomed, but they're doing pretty good. There's another one of those grasshoppers. And then the shark's fin or whale fin plant is doing great. It just put on these 2 new spikes, this one and this one. I was hoping it would bloom this year, but no luck yet. So I thought I'd show you the Arctic snowball bush, which is this plant here. The next to it is the camellia. But that is the plant that was planted back here in the yard. It was planted behind this tree, but it was along the fence line there. And it was not looking good. It had lost all of its leaves. It all looked burnt. But I moved it over here to a shadier spot, and all the leaves are on it. It is doing very good. It has really come back. I didn't think it was going to, but it is looking much better and seems to be very, very happy. Just moving at one spot really, really probably saved this plant's life. So I thought I'd show you that, a little update. And another plant I thought I'd show you is, this is a voodoo lily. So there's 3, 4 in here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I thought I'd show you that. I pretty much neglected that this whole summer. I didn't water it. I didn't give it the fertilizer like I should have. And it's doing perfectly fine. So it's happy. Hopefully it'll take over. I don't know if I should separate it or wait a little bit. So I'm just going to let it do its thing for right now, and then I might separate it down the road. And this here is the African voodoo lily. So it is a little bit past its prime, but this is what it looks like. It's just a big red puff. But it has had babies. I have a baby there and another one over here. So later in the season, I should have plenty more of those. So the next thing we're going to do is just cut out this cactus. This is in the, I don't know, the plant I call the wild spinach. It has the white flowers that the butterfly likes. And this is about probably 6.5, 7 foot tall. And this cactus is growing up right through the middle of it. So we're going to just kind of cut that out of there and get rid of it. And also I park right next to this spot, and it makes it difficult to get out of the car. So we're going to take care of this. Okay, so I got a lot of these, probably down to about 3 foot or so. But I did leave the ones in the lower areas, and I'll just have to keep an eye on it. I probably will take out more of them. But these here, the Mother's a Million, and I think that's Kalanchoe, are getting ready to bloom. So I'm just going to leave those for right now. And the butterflies were a little irritated that I was in their tree. So I'm just going to let them do their thing for right now. And then I'll just snip off a paddle at a time of the cacti. And I kind of got told by the birds too, which happens. And did I wear gloves? No, I did not. Do I regret that? Yes, I do. So next we're going to take out this tree here. This is a Chinese lantern tree. It's just a nuisance tree here in Florida. So I'm going to go in there and take that out as well. Okay, so this is what it looks like without it. I do have to cut down those palm fronds, but I have to get my bigger clippers for that. So it looks much better. Better line of sight, if you will. And yeah, looking pretty good. There is the staghorn over there. It is doing fantastic. But everything's looking pretty good up here so far. And here we're in the driveway. This is a sunflower that planted itself, so in the crack of the driveway. I'm just going to let it go. I parked my car right up to it and just kind of let it ride. The rest of this is just weeds, of course, and then the passion, I can't remember what it's called, passion plum or something like that, with the pink flowers, is kind of spilling over the driveway. I'll let that go for the summer, but this will bloom and then I'll pull it out once it's done. And then this here is a weed, but it is a Florida native, and it gets a pretty blue flower on it, so I'm going to let it go as well, just for the butterflies and the native wildlife to enjoy. And these are a variety of sunflowers I planted. They've not gotten big. I'm not sure what variety they were, but they've been all different colors and different sizes and kind of different textures even. So I thought I'd show you what I got off of Curb Alert. It's a Facebook group I'm in for my local area. So somebody was giving away these little plant stands. So 2 of those. This one needs to be spray painted a little bit. Has some rust on it, but just it will work fine. And then also they gave away this little bike. And you can put a plant back there. This is not my personal style, so I might actually take this to my mom's and see if she would like it. So, but it is cute. Yeah, so, you know, that's a good find. 3 little plant stands free on the curb. Alright everyone, that's pretty much it for this week's video. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. Please don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Bye.